Hello, this is Resource of the Week with SolanoConnex, Mental Health, Service Access, and You. My name is Valentina Kelly.
And I'm Elena Starr. And this week we're meeting with Sallie Canumay, the Outreach Coordinator for Street Medicine and One Love Vallejo Mobile Health. Thank you, Sallie, so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Sallie Canumay. I'm a second-year medical student at Toro University, California, which is right here on Mare Island. And we're super excited to be able to have this platform to talk about street medicine, Vallejo Mobile Health, and the One Love nonprofits, and just the resources that we have to offer the community. So thank you again.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I know you're super, super busy. To start us off, could you tell us just a little bit about where you're from, a little background of the organizations that you were just talking about too?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually grew up right in Solano County. I grew up in Fairfield, California, and I kind of went around Fairfield and Vallejo. So coming back here in Vallejo for medical school has really brought things full circle for me for service in the community and just being really ingrained and grounded in this environment while going through my medical training. A little bit of background for the nonprofits is Vallejo Mobile Health was started by Dr. Emily Fisher, and One Love was another nonprofit that was started by Michelle Bunker Alberts, who is a nurse practitioner who also teaches at Toro Medical School. She's teaches in the nurse practitioner department. And so they were essentially doing similar things, serving the community from a medical standpoint, and decided to join forces to utilize each other's resources, support each other, and really just work as a unit to serve the community as best they can. Then they were able to tap into the students at Toro to bring it more of an interprofessionalism. We use the medical students, we utilize the nursing students, nurse practitioner students, pharmacy students, and PA students to really just broaden the knowledge and understanding to at least scratch the surface of like what really is going on in the community and how we can help people with our platform and our skill set. So from there, we actually made an official club through Toro University, California, which is called Street Medicine, again, for funding purposes, just to have an organization to utilize to better serve the community.
Wow, that's amazing. What kind of services do you offer? And is it like, since it's mobile, how does that work? Do you change different locations?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, how we have it structured is the first 2 Tuesdays of every month and the second 2 Thursdays of every month, we have a mobile clinic at the Hope Center, which is the address is 929 Amador Street, Amador Street in Vallejo, 94590. And it is a way that we can make appointments for different community members to come into the location that we're at, kind of like our mini pop-up clinic there, if it is a more intimate or a more personal matter that they either need to get examined for or need to discuss with the physicians and providers. During that time, if we don't have somebody coming in for appointment, we do go out into the actual unhoused encampments throughout Vallejo and either check in on patients that we've been following along with their health conditions or new acute matters that have come into play. And then while we are there, we tend to run into other scenarios or other situations where people really either just need kind of advice on, is this an emergency, an urgent care, or can this wait until Monday type of situation? If it's something we can provide antibiotics for, if it's something that we can treat on hand to get them, just from point A to point B, or set them up to connect with other resources like transportation, housing, some shelter resources, food, things like that. So for the Tuesdays and Thursdays ones, we're kind of in a few different places, but for the last one, we have every second Saturday. We have another pop-up clinic every second Saturday of the month that is in front of Transformation Village, which is also known as Christian Help Center, which is also known as the Dream Center. And the address for that is 2166 Sacramento Street. And we're there from 9:30 to 12 p.m. Every second Saturday. And we're stationed there outside of the shelter, so people are able to just kind of walk down the street, come to us. We have medical students, pharmacy students. On those days, we do give out vaccinations. We do regular physical exams as well as acute care, and then kind of decide from there if it can be something that can be dealt with on that day, if we need to get them to urgent care or to a hospital at that time. And at those clinics, we are also able to set up those appointments for Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Wow, that's a lot. No, that's so incredible. And so just to clarify, can anybody like walk up to you guys the days that you're out
Yes.
there? Okay.
Yeah, so this is 100% free healthcare. We do also have funding and resources that if a patient needs to be prescribed a medication that they're either not able to pick up or not able to afford, even if they can pick it up themselves, that we can support them through the nonprofits and through the funding of our club and organization and all of that, and bring them to there, bring the medications to them. But yeah, it's either people are able to walk up to us or they can kind of flag us down when we're going in and out of the encampments themselves. We also have a phone line, which I can give the phone number to. It's 707-404-3300. And this phone is usually manned by Han, myself, or one of the two providers that we have. And we can either set up appointments or we can help people kind of figure out where to go to next with whatever problem they may have at hand.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. So it sounds like you guys do some, I'm just to clarify on services. So it sounds like medication help. It also sounded like you guys offer help with people in need of maybe like transportation, if that's a barrier, and housing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So our main role is to provide free medical care to the unhoused community of Vallejo. And in doing so, we have met people from a lot of different amazing resources within the community, for meal deliveries, housing resources, ways to get like sleeping bags or tents or haircuts, showers, things like that. So whatever we don't solely provide, which again is majority medical care, we're able to kind of hand off information to the next person that would be able to provide the community members with something else that they do need.
Great.
And are your services provided in any other languages other than English?
So both of our providers do speak Spanish fluently, so we do have that resource available. Also, some of our students are bilingual, either in Spanish. We have another student that speaks a couple different dialects of Chinese that comes out with us a lot. And with us branching out through different colleges within Toro and just getting our name out there and information out there to different students, we are hoping to bring in more diversity so that we can reach more diversity within the community.
That's amazing. You guys need to be everywhere. And then can you talk also, and I know you talked about this a little bit, but the different types of medical services that you guys offer at the pop-up clinics?
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of how a typical patient interaction would be, say at one of the Saturday clinics, and it's a little bit more organized with us stationed there and people are more so coming to us. People will stop by just to get their blood pressure taken or just to check their blood sugar, just to kind of see where they're at that day, whether they're having symptoms for something or not. We also are able to just do a regular physical examination. We tend to do a focused physical examination. So if somebody's having, headache or ear pain, nasal congestion, cough, something like that, we would focus on an HEENT examination, head, eyes, ears, neck, throat. Or if they had some pain or something to a leg or a foot, then we would kind of focus our examination into that area that they're having specific problems with. But we do always like to check blood pressure, regular vital signs, which would be temperature, their glucose levels, if they are either diabetic or concerned with their symptoms like dizziness or fatigue, anything like that. And then we just like to listen always to their heart, their lungs, check their vaccination status. If they are interested in getting the COVID vaccine, we do have that available at our Saturday clinics as well. Again, all of this is free of cost. We're not worried about insurances. There's no like owing anybody anything. It's genuinely just a way to kind of step in and act somewhat of a primary care provider for the members of the community that either aren't able to afford healthcare, aren't able to leave their areas to go get their healthcare, or whatever other. I mean, there's so many variations of factors that come into play that we really don't even have an idea about. And the purpose of bringing all of these other students into it is to really at least start to scratch the surface of an understanding and widen everyone's range of, patient care, different demographics. I know Han and I both are really interested in coming back and serving underserved communities after we're finished with medical school. And this has just been an incredible outlet for us to get to know the community more, as well as what people in different situations and different communities really need.
Thank you so much. You're so amazing.
And is there anything that you wanted to add that we didn't give you a chance to touch on?
I think I just like to reiterate, I think I missed the timing when I first mentioned the Tuesday and Thursday clinics because I got a little bit excited. But yeah, again, the first 2 Tuesdays, it's from 12 to 3. The second 2 Thursdays from 12 to 3. And that's the 99 Amador Street address. And then the 9:30 to 12 p.m. is the Saturday kind of morning afternoon clinics. That's the second Saturday of each month. But we really do encourage, I mean, anyone to come out if they think something's wrong, if they don't even think something's wrong and they just, ran out of their blood pressure medication and they want to see where they're at with their readings, or if they went to bed or woke up feeling a little bit funny that day. We really just want to be a friendly face and a comfortable outlet for people to feel okay going to and talking about things that are difficult to talk about, whether that can be us just having a conversation of their past medical history and seeing where they're at and maybe getting some recommendations. If like we've had people come in that just want to have a conversation about the COVID vaccine, and we have all these different tiers of resources, whether it be students, people, providers like a nurse practitioner or physicians, and just really bringing us together as a community to spread information, to spread support, and just kind of keep everyone as healthy and helped as we possibly can.
No, that's so great. And I love how you reiterated, this is something like if people just have questions and they're just not sure and they want information. I mean, that you guys are there to help with that. And then if they need, need anything up top of that, I mean, you guys are there. So I think that's amazing. And then lastly too, and I don't think we asked this, but are there any age requirements or age restrictions for your services?
No. So we have seen and evaluated treated patients that are in the pediatric patient range all the way up to senior patients over the age of 60, everything in between. Sometimes people will come in with families and a couple people want to get looked at and maybe some don't, or maybe they need like a physical exam done for some reason. So really the incredible thing about it is it's a wide range of ages, backgrounds, living situations, general histories of either health, social, whatever it may be. And the thing that I think is the most incredible about this is there's never, well, at least the feedback that I've gotten is there's never been something that needs to be justified, or from a patient's perspective, or, well, this is my situation because XYZ. Like I and all of us really care about, the reason that people are where they are, or where they came from and all of that. But at the end of the day, that will never be seen in a negative sense, especially in the community that we are and that we are trying to continue to build. We want people to just have a safe outlet to really be able to get what they need. One of the biggest things that kind of hit home for me and made me just so involved and engaged in this whole organization is like the emphasis and understanding that it goes, like, us as a clinic goes so much further than just medical care. It's having a conversation with people, allowing people to be heard and to be seen, and really understanding that whatever situation somebody may be in didn't happen because of like this morning. It didn't happen overnight. People have their lives, have stories, they want to be heard, and we're just honestly there to help. And we're just trying to branch out and connect with other resources in Vallejo and in Solano County so that we can direct people to other organizations if we don't have the care that they might need in that moment.
Amazing.
That's really powerful, Sallie, that you just make people comfortable and make them feel like they can come to you guys with anything that they're facing in their lives without facing any kind of judgment or anything like that. And then I just wanted to ask, is there a way for people to get more information, like website, social media, anything like that?
Yes. So we're working on an Instagram page right now. It's I just made it like in the past couple of weeks, but the name is TUC_Street Medicine Club. And that's the one based off of our actual club within the medical school. There is also, Dr. Emily Fisher has a website called fourthsecond.org, and it's the number 4th and then the word second, SECOND.org. And that kind of just gives a background on the nonprofit, the mission, the teamwork, like kind of everything that's going into it, and the goal. Those are both great resources. We are working on kind of getting more information out, more names out for us. We've been giving out like little business cards to people at our clinics that have our phone number that we're able to, that they're able to reach any of us at, as well as the kind of times of our pop-up clinics and mobile clinics that we do that they can either come to, or we can make an appointment and set up within that window that we're available.
And is there usually a time for your phone line? Is there best times to call you during?
Not really. We have had calls, later at night, early in the morning, on the weekends. And if it's a situation that, they need medical care or an actual provider, then Han and I, who is the clinic coordinator, will answer it. Really, if we're available, we'll answer at any time. If not, they're prompted to leave a voicemail and we'll get back to them as soon as possible. We're happy to go and, give things as we can, like if people need Band-Aids or gauze or, whatever it may be. But if they do need medical care or need to speak with a provider, then we'll just kind of schedule them into those Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday clinics as appropriate, or recommend that they go to one of the different urgent cares that accept patients that don't have insurance or are low cost clinics if it's more of a urgent situation.
Well, Elena, I don't know if you had any other questions.
No, I mean, I want to know all the people you're working with too. No, it sounds like a really big, safe place. I mean, it sounds like a safe place for people to go to, ask questions, get help if they need it, and also directed to other services in the community. So this is so incredible. And yeah, thank you so much for teaching us more about this.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much for just allowing me to come on here. I know Han was able to make the connection with you both and kind of get the word spread a little bit of what we're doing, but having this platform to have it be listened to by whoever may be interested, or even if, somebody listens to it that it isn't applicable to them and they can tell somebody else, and then, it kind of goes down the chain like that, is really just the best possible scenario. I would, just before we finish, like to give a shout out, one to Han Pham, who is the clinic coordinator and my colleague in medical school. She's been amazing to work with, and I wouldn't be able to do all of this without her. Also, Aaron Chefs and Andrew Gatto are 2 third-year medical students, and Heidi are 2 third-year medical students that kind of handed this idea, organization, ball rolling off to us when they went off to clinical rotations, and are still very much hands-on with the organization, as well as our 2 providers, Dr. Emily Fisher and Michelle Bunker-Alberts, NP. Obviously, none of this would be possible without them, but just seeing the passion and care for their day-to-day. I mean, they're coming from their regular clinics to come out with us for a few hours, go through everything, see a bunch of patients, and then go back to either the clinic again or their families or their personal lives. And it's just a really amazing opportunity to see and be grounded by. A great study break for any students that would love to come out and participate. It really has been an amazing experience. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about this amazing effort. And to learn more about this resource, check out the link in our post. We also want to remind you that if you're looking for mental or emotional health resources and services, you can visit SolanoConnex, which is spelled CONNEX.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.